Indifference toward the so called non virtuous. We each have our own definition of virtue. If someone is non virtuous, according to our definition, the judgmental part of our personality immediately comes forward and we label that person bad. This colors our thought, speech, and action toward that person. We try to maintain a distance either by withdrawing ourselves or by pushing them away from us, or we try to force them to change. Any of these actions sets the stage for violence. Again, the only way to change this pattern is to change our own attitudes. We must realize that those whom we consider to be wicked are living according to their level of understanding. Trying to correct them by criticizing their way of life and values is counterproductive. According to yoga, if it is possible to model the higher value of love, compassion, selflessness, and non possessiveness for the non virtues, then that should be done. Often, a glimpse of the higher virtues is enough to cause a person to re evaluate his or her behavior and to find a way to begin the process of self transformation. If we have not acquired the skill of leading such a person gently in the direction of self transformation, the only other option is to cultivate an attitude of indifference, not for the doer but for the deeds. Developing an attitude of indifference toward those who we believe to be non virtuous damages our sensitivity to others and destroy our capacity for forgiveness, kindness and selfless love. By cultivating indifference toward the deeds themselves, we remain free of hostility while sending forth the positive energy of love and friendliness to the so called non virtuous. The attitude of indifference is an act of non violence. In developing this attitude, we remain free of animosity for so called non virtuous people. We allow them their rightful place and by refusing to associate the person with the deed. We avoid disturbing ourselves by becoming smug and punitive. By overlooking the lapses of others, we prevent the self righteousness and discord that leads to violence and war. The following contemplation is helpful in cultivating this attitude. Let me not heed the actions of those who seem to be wicked or less righteous than me and those like me. Who am I to judge others? How often have I made the mistakes and done that which is not to be done? Even the most virtuous among us occasionally becomes involved in unworthy deeds or dishonorable behavior. Such things are common to human beings. Let me restrain my mind from dwelling on the apparent frailties of others. My goal is to remain tranquil and loving in the face of all actions.